There we go. All right, let's get ourselves alignment in the posture then, in the chair. Posture is really important relative to balance always, purely because of being aware about the weight distribution, particularly as it comes through on the feet. Naturally, we will automatically stand with an even weight distribution. When balance is compromised, there'll be one or two things that the shift can potentially change. Yeah. And the risk factors are generally, there's more times than not, you go backwards and that's when a fall happens. So just to let you know that, which is why we spend a lot of time focusing on strengthening ankles. All right, so let's actually get that check in our mind. Posture, knees over ankles, 90-degree angles at knees. Knees in line with the hips. Why is this relative? Because when we stand, it's the same point alignment. Shoulders are back. This is a key thing as well in terms of our balance, because we tend to actually come forward more so than back and look up. And I do understand that we tend to want to look down because there's uncertainty around that. But just to let you know, the shoulders are pulled back. Right, we're just going to settle ourselves and just ground and prep for the practice. So close your eyes and we're going to do some breathing technique to settle everything and also really start activating through those lungs. So as the eyes are closed, the jaw is relaxed, the teeth and lips are parted. We're breathing in and out of the nose, mindfully, deeply, and fully. If we take our awareness to the natural rise and fall of the diaphragm, you may find that the expanse of the lungs change. So as we inhale and the diaphragm arises, the lungs expand, the ribs push out to the side. We exhale, use tummy muscles to squeeze the abdomen and push the breath upward and out. Just notice those mechanics. Gently from now, allow the chin to go onto the chest, draw the shoulders down. Stretching down through the neck to begin with, and soften the gaze, allow the eyes to open, bring the gaze up. All right, let's look out over our right shoulder. Breathe for 2 deep breaths there and stretch across the neck on the left side. So you can direct the breath into the left side of the neck. And then gently we come back to center. Then we take a gaze out over to that left side. Breathe. Gently come back to center. And again, gaze out over right shoulder. Breathe for 1 breath this time. Pull that left shoulder back, a little bit deeper, stretching around the neck. Release that shoulder on the left side, come back to center. Allow the gaze to look out over to that left shoulder. Draw that right shoulder back. Relax that right shoulder. We're back into the center. And rotate. Hold it there. Nod the head over to the right knee, stretching around that neck again, pushing that left shoulder down. Notice what you feel. Release at that shoulder. Come back to center. Nod the head over to that left knee. Stretch down that right shoulder. And relax that, come back to center. Hold it there. Let's stretch our hands forward, fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling, shoulders drawn back, posture alignment check again. Fingertips down. Notice about the range of movement through the wrists. And the reason I do this is, again, any imbalance, what tends to happen is you would reach out for something and wanting to have that awareness through the wrist, circle the other way. We want to keep the wrist strong so that if we need to reach out for something quickly, we're trying to avoid a fracture here. And so very gently here. Arms down beside the body, right ear to right shoulder, relax through the shoulders and lean over. Any osteoporosis, it's the neck only you're stretching. Very gently come back to center. And then allow the lean over to the left side. Gently back to center. You're going to do that 2 more times in rhythm with your breath. As you exhale, you lean back to center. Inhale in the center, exhale, lean back to center. And then hold it there. Rotate through the shoulders. Okay. From here then, let's stretch out our right leg. Point and flex through the ankle. And then circle around the ankle one way. Circle around the ankle the other way. Push the heel away and lift the leg and lower the leg. Lift and lower all the way from the hip. Lift and lower. Down. So that's strengthening quad. From here, point and flex through the ankle on the other foot. Circle around one way. And circle around the other way. Push the heel away. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. And last time, lift and lower. Feel that in that hip area. Good. Then allow the heels to push down into the floor or a mat or a block. Wiggle those toes. Make sure you've got range of movement. Big toe, second toe, really important toes because they're a stability of your balance. Okay. From here then, push the feet down. Focus on the big toe and the second toe and push those down in towards the floor. As you do so, there is a kinetic chain reaction from the inside of the leg to support the ankle for balance. Rest it. Push down again. Notice what you feel. The inside of the legs should be activated. And then one more time, just push in and relax. Now, I want you to imagine that you've got a tissue on the floor, or you can use your band and you place it down and you use your toes to pick it up. Yeah. So you don't have to use the band if you want. You can imagine, but I want you to imagine that you're using a tissue to pick it up. It is strengthening your feet. Something that you can practice at home as well. And then the other side now. Imagine picking up a tissue or literally picking up a tissue or the band. Hold it there. Wiggle feet. If you've got tight feet at the moment, hi Yvonne, lovely to see you. If you've got tight feet at the moment, we need to make sure that there's a balance of the stretch. Okay. From here then, let's raise our knees. Just circle around in terms of the mindful movement of the hips and then the other way. All right, let's start stretching through the spine. We've done sideways. From here, if we place our hands on our shoulders, shoulder hip alignment again. We take the gaze out over the right side. Any osteoporosis, it's the head only. Otherwise, you are turning out to that right side, twisting through that spine. Slowly coming back to the center. Gaze out over the left shoulder and turning. Slowly back to the center. Here we go again. turn, and back, and other way, turn. Holding it there, rotate shoulders. Arms down beside, inhale, reach up. Notice where the arms are relative to your ears. We want to stretch shoulders as far as you can do, creating space in each of the vertebrae to be taller. Bring the hands down into prayer position. Bring them into your heart center. Keep them stuck into your chest. Again, we'll take a turn out to the right side. Again, owning neck if you've got osteoporosis. Otherwise, a little bit deeper stretching now as we rotate. Slowly come back to center. Hold in the center. Gaze out over the left shoulder and rotate. And back to the center. Hold it there. Relax it there. From here, work straight into the ankles. I'm going to give you two choices first of all. You can use your band and put the band in between your big toe. Yeah. So it's just your big toe is going to work now. Therefore, we'll strengthen up on that. So push the big toe forward into the band. And you're going to do that 10 times. Just notice how it feels. You don't have to use the band. You can imagine you've got a resistance against the toe as well and push that big toe forward. Notice what you feel 10 times. Switch. Once you've done your 10, pushing against that resistance. Ten times, and you're going to go back and do it again. And you're going to do it 3 times. Yeah? So again. If you need to rest in between and wiggle the toes because these are strengthening movements. Yeah. That's the band. Give me a wave if you've done 3 sets of 10. Okay, we'll wait for the others. If you have, wiggle your toes. We'll wait for everyone to finish. Wiggle the toes, stretch them out. Okay. We can double the band if you wish, and we'll use it for ankle strengthening. Shoulder, hip alignment. Pushing the foot into the band. If you move your trolley, I'll go and get your band. 10 times. That's working to strengthen the ankle. 10 times the other side. As a reminder, key joints to keep strong. Ankles, hips, and vertebrae. Yeah, you've got supination of the feet, it's twisting. So I'll just show you what happens because you need to stretch on the inside of the foot. All right, do 10 times. What Mum was saying here is that, and also it happens actually with the feet. Sometimes the ankles are coming out to the side, and then sometimes not if this is correct. That's the put, and then they put a little balance in there, so it comes in under this side. Is that what's happened to you, Hazel? They put it on the outside. Okay. So what happens is that the ankles get a little weak, and we tend to come outwards, and it creates a bit of imbalance. And so therefore, if, for example, you then get a ridge, just to show you here, it literally pushes you inwards. Yeah, so you get that strength on the inside leg. That's what's going on. Therefore, is that with this, we can do a bit of strengthening with this for the inside of the foot. We'll do it without a band, first of all. From here, we take our foot out to 2 o'clock and back to the center. Out to 2, back to center. Back to center. Yep, so feel the movement in the hip. You've got some strength going in the upper legs. 10 times. You're pushing away with the heel. And you've got that movement. And then you'll probably have to rest after 10 because the quad starts aching. And then this side here, again, out as you look at it to 10 o'clock. It's either 10 or 2 o'clock. The turning, 10 repetitions, strengthening up all through the leg. And then once you've done your 10, rest, wiggle. And then from here is that we're going to 10 to 2, 2 to 10. We do the other side. So that way we twist inward now. Turn inward. Notice what you feel through your leg. What you feel is working. 10 times. So balance if we're just talking physically, the legs need to be strong to support and they need to be in alignment. 10 times the other side. Going inwards this time. Okay, rest it there. Shake the legs out. And now from here, you're going to push the sole of the foot out to the right side. So we're turning. Yeah, the opposite. We're turning it out. And doing so. Push. 10 times. Working all on the ankle. Other side. Once you've done your 10, you can work with a band with this as well. We'll just get the technique in and we'll work with it. Okay, hold it there. Let's move up into the hip. You do a single band or a double band. Why is the hip important to be strong? It's because to balance the gait. Yep. If we're built strong, shoulders all the way back, shoulders hip alignment again, and pushing down, keeping the knee bent, coming back in, pushing down against resistance, keeping it in. and down, and keep going for 10 repetitions and change the other side. The importance of this: if the feet ends up coming onto the outside here, it has a direct alignment up into your hips. Yeah. So for example, you're going to be pushing back. And so we want to have the hip stability of the muscles all around the hips so it keeps you stable. Different people have different things happen. Sometimes just look at people when you're out. They tend to do this because they've then got external rotation. Once you've done 10 one side, do 10 the other side, and then do it again for another round. You have 2 sets. And then that also is creating a bit of instability. So posture alignment check, forwards. Notice hips on. And we strengthen up into the hip by that particular exercise. That is a forwards exercise you're just doing. Okay. Bottom walk forward. Right, we're in our chair then. Awareness of the feet connection through to the floor. In doing so, you want to push your feet down. I know your bottom's going to activate, but I want you to feel what connection points you've got through your feet. Yeah, where there is a balance. Is there an even balance? When you do so, is there more weight coming out on the outside? So when you stand up and you do this, you get a similar kind of pattern. There is a thing called neuroplasticity, and it suggests that if you do something on a repetitive basis, it's like a programming that happens with it. And similarly, if you're doing things that are not necessarily maintaining the habit to keep functional mobility, you can keep doing that. Mum is an example. She's bent over from the hips now. It's habitual. So pushing down through the feet. Feel the bottom squeeze. We want to keep the buttocks good and strong. Just walk up and down stairs, in and out of chairs, everything. Okay, then rest it there. We'll take the band then, and then we'll use the band to just work the outside of the legs. Can hold it on. Again, don't need to use a band. Can squeeze and imagine the resistance drawing out to the side. Squeeze, imagine drawing this resistance out to the side. 10 repetitions. And then hold it there. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your toes. Relax it back. Band aside. Right. Push down into the feet and relax back as though you are coming out of the chair. Notice where the weight distribution is again, please. 10 repetitions. Push down through the feet. The buttocks activate. The back of the legs activate. It's all about strengthening. Once you've done your 10, take it around. I want to squeeze outside of the legs, 10 repetitions. Squeeze out, working the outside of those legs. Rest whenever you wish. Okay, we're going to come out of the chair this time. Bring the feet in then, just to go through the mechanics. Ankles come under, just behind the knees. You can get up with hands here in front of you, hands on knees, or hands on the chair. It's an absolute choice of what you want. As you do so, your heels elevate down and you squeeze your bottom and then come up. When you squeeze your bottom, it really supports you. Okay, you can remain in the chair if you wish. We do some more exercises. From here, the posture alignment check in the balance. We do it again in relationship to sitting down or standing. Alignments then. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. Notice where you are. It means the chest opens up. In doing so, as we're standing, I want you to push your big toe down again and then relax. Push the big toe and the second toe down again. Relax. Do it 10 times. And as you do so, notice what you feel up the inside of your leg. If you're finding you're naturally squeezing your inside of your upper legs, then fine. If not, squeeze the inside of your upper legs. And then relax it there. From here then, sitting and standing, you'll take the weight into the balls of your feet and then you'll lower. However, you are focusing on the big toe and the second toe to it. As you activate up, you're pushing down and then lowering. Squeeze inside legs and lower. That's fine. And lower. Go careful. Ten times, nice and slowly. Control it very much more on the way down. So you're working your calf. All right. From here then, if you're standing, or both sitting and standing, just look at your feet and see where they're pointing, that they're pointing forward with the toes. Yeah. If they've gone naturally outwards, in however it is, wherever they've gone. From here then, we're going to take the weight into the right leg. Seated, I'm going to give you something different. And I want you to lift the left knee and lower. Lift left knee and lower. When you're in the chair, we are avoiding putting the foot down. Lifting, lower, lift, lower. And keep going. In rhythm with your breath, slow it down. The movement back is the one which can create the magic. Raising the knee, lowering the knee, avoiding extending that leg out. 10 times. Stabilize. Forward, back, forward, center, forward, center. Yeah. Align everything back up. Take weight into the left leg. 10 repetitions. Lift up and down. You can use one hand, fine. If you're up to using no hands, then fine. Remember the big toe activation. Feel what happens up through the legs. All right, hold it there. Again, transfer the weight into the balls of the feet, back to center. Balls of the feet, back to center. From here then, we turn to our side. We're going to do exactly the same, but we're going to slide the leg that's closest towards the chair back. From here, draw shoulders back, squeeze tummy muscles. Lift, slide back. Lift, slide back. And again, lift, slide back. Squeeze tummy muscles. And keep going 10 times. When you're in the chair, same thing, lifting, just step down. Lifting, step down and rest. Lifting. 10 times. You got it. So you're placing it down so it rests. Whereas last time we kept it and it was going up all the time. Sit. When making tea or anything like that, can raise up on that. So that works the calf only. Yeah, when you're raising up on the heels, it's the calf. All right. Okay. From here then, buttocks, because we want to keep nice and strong, but we want to keep the flexibility through the spine. When you're at the side, you're going to bend this knee that's closest towards the chair and push back to center. Push back to center. Let me show you from the front. You're here, it's bent, pushing back and center. You'll feel buttock, you'll feel hamstring. In the chair, take your band, make a circle, tie it up. You've got a loop, a small loop. Pop both feet in. You can hold it. You're at the front of the chair and then you're pulling back. So you've got that hamstring. Without the band, squeeze leg, draw back and release. Squeeze leg, draw back and release. So you'll feel the back of the leg. If you're standing, absolutely do your 10. You change sides. You balance, you flex at that knee, of the knee closest to the chair. Squeeze back and release. Squeeze back and release. Some, it may be that you can do with one arm. All right. All balance exercises. Another balance. Lunging. From here, what I'm going to ask us to do is the leg that's closest towards the chair. If you're standing, you've got your chair for support. You lunge back and you hold it there. Chair, I'm going to give you something different. From here, as long as you're comfortable, the hips square on, gently bend and push down through the forward heel. Bend and push down through the front heel. Shoulder, hip alignment, chest is up. Do 10 of those. In the chair, same. You got one leg back, one leg forward. Your focus is the forward leg. You'll push down through the heel and release. Push down through the heel and release. Yeah, there should never, ever be any pain. If there is, you stop. Never any pain. It probably just needs stretching. Massage. Massage very gently. Get some heat in there. Okay, good. So then we move to the other side. And then we have step back. We're very comfortable. Push down through the heel as you come up. Shoulder, hip alignment. Down, push through the heel and come up. Couple of things working here. One, the balance through the ankle. Also, the strength through both legs as you come up. So similarly here with the exercise, seated, you're pushing down, focus heel, release. 10 repetitions either side. All right, then we're back to the chair and we're going to go round again. Up and down, focus big toe, second toe. Control it, up for 1, down for 3. Up for 1, down for 3. So it's the controlling on the way down is where the magic happens of strength. That's it. Same in the chair. You're pushing down and slowly allowing it to roll down. Okay. We then turned to the side. We took the weight on the outside leg if we were standing. Knee lift up. Slide back, squeeze the bottom. Knee lift up, slide back, squeeze the bottom. In the chair, what we did, we raised the knee and lowered, but we didn't push the feet down. We kept it up, 10 repetitions. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Don't get so hung up actually on the breathing. Yeah, more than anything, just the movement, what you feel. Protect the back, shoulder, hip in alignment. If need to have a bit of support, use on the chairs. Take the weight off of the feet, off of the back. 10 one side, 10 the other side. Good. Then you come back to the center. From here then, when we was in the center, we took the weight into the right leg, slightly bend, lift leg and lower, lift left and lower. We're not putting our foot down. We can use one hand if we wish. We can use no hands if we wish. We're working more through the stability of the leg. If in doubt, keep the hand on that chair. So you are balancing in one leg. 10 times one leg, 10 times the other leg. Knee lifting and lowering. Support the back if you need. Use the hands into the chair. Tickly. Hold it, transfer weight forward and back, forward and back. And wiggle those toes. Okay, hold it there. From here, we're going to do the hamstring. To the side again. We bend the knee, closest to the chair. Squeeze back, feel the butt at work, and also the back of the upper leg. Back and center. 10 and 10. If you're in the chair, your option is to use the band. You put both feet in the band and then pull back. Pull back. The other option is without. We're stable again. Squeeze the back of the leg, draw the heel back and release and relax. Put it back, release and relax. That upper back leg needs to work in order to do this. Draw it back, place the back to the starting point. 10 one side, 10 the other side. All right, good. All right, for those that are standing, I want to work the inside leg. We're going to do this one of two ways. Any hip replacements, you're not doing this. From here, you'll take your leg out and then squeeze and draw it over. Yeah, you're crossing the midline. Yeah, any hip replacements, avoid crossing the hip line. You can balance on one leg, but I want you to squeeze inside leg and without crossing the midline. Squeeze. Yeah, those others, you can take it all the way over. Yeah, but work the inside leg. 10 repetitions, one side, 10 repetitions, the other side. Same. When we're in the chair, we can extend the leg out, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Anytime it's too much, you stop. Allow it to go. Holding it here, lift up, forward, squeeze inside leg and release. Ten times. All right. Now, I'm just going to demonstrate something to you that you can do at home as well. All right, just as a demo. We're not going to do it today because there's not enough walls around. You can choose a wall and up against, here's my wall on my window. Okay. And you can stand here. Now, the further you go down, the knees need to be over the ankles. The further you go down, the more that the legs have to work. You make sure you tuck your tailbone under and you can hold it there for 5 seconds and build it up in longer. It is massively strengthening for your legs, just to let you know, but needs to be a wall. So there's good stability is something for you. Yeah. So afterwards you can practice that, but it's an incredibly powerful exercise. Let's move to our sit to stand. Knees connected and you can feel the back of the chairs. We're down, we're up. Okay. Remember, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Squeeze the buttock, squeeze the back of the legs. That's it. For those that are in the chair, work more through the legs as opposed to the arms on this. So it's all about the leg movement. So push down as though you're trying to get yourself up, even though you're not going to get yourself up, and then relax it down. The feet are back. We're pushing in and then coming back. Leave your arms out, pushing in, and then try to get the legs to do the work. You come forward as far as you can do in the chair. Bottom walk forward with intention. So we can always got that mechanic of the way of getting out of the chair, even though you're not going to get out of the chair. Working through the legs. Rest whenever you wish. From here, for those that are finished or want to move on, you go into your marching, raising and lowering the feet. You can do this. Okay. What? It's because you're doing this or your full body weight. Keep going. Rest it there. Keep going and walking. So do as many sit to stands as you can. Brilliant. Look at that, Hazel. Outstanding. Well done. Or the next, we're into our marching. Marching because cardiovascular system. And rest. So if it gets too much, you rest. Yeah? You can raise the heels up and down, up and down, up and down. But marching. Just come to mind, I bumped into Robin on Saturday, but you on, did he say? Yeah. It was like literally passing. God, I mean, I'd love to have stayed and had a chat, but I had to run and work. You look really well. Okay, keep going. We'll have just 1 minute marching if you can, please. Now, as you do so, feel what's happening. Be it the movement with the arms, big as much as possible. So we've got movements with that rotational, shoulders moving, heart rate coming up, and then with the legs as well. We've got the repetitiveness of that. Rest if you wish. If it's uncomfortable, nothing should be uncomfortable. All right, let's just rest it there. From here then, bottom walk back in your chair. So get your block back. Bottom walk. Those tummies. Pick up our band. Halve it. Take it underneath the foot. Shoulders drawn back. Hold it there, toes towards you. Try to relax through the legs. From here, I'd like us to pull back with our shoulders and release. Pull back with our shoulders and release. You can place your foot down and release. Keep going. What we're doing here, some upper body strengthening, drawing the shoulders back. If it gets too much with the band, lower the leg, arm here, squeeze, draw the shoulders back together, release. Squeeze, draw the shoulder blades back together, release, and keep going. All right, let's just switch that over now. Into the other leg. Therefore, we've got a stretch coming down the back of the leg, but we're going to strengthening through the upper back. Shoulders back, pull back, and release. Pull back, release. And keep going. Same thing. If the band is not for you, squeeze shoulder blades together. This is to support our posture so we can strengthen our upper back to bring it into alignment for the shoulders and hips. And then rest it there. Okay. From here then, place the tails of the band underneath the feet. Palms face down. Keep pushing the feet down. Keep that band in place. Row back. Row back. 10 times. Keep the shoulders down. Again, feel it in your upper back. Sorry. And then rest it there. Change sides. Push down with those feet. And then from here, draw the shoulders back and pull the arms back. Keeping the arms straight. Not only will you feel the back, but you'll also feel the backs of the arms as well. That's it. Draw back. 10 times. And then hold it there. Place it to the side. Let's do a sun salutation sequence, right and left. I'll do it with you first of all. I won't say the instructions because I think that you actually know that then. The part is that doing rhythm with your breath to extend the duration of the breath, okay, on the movement. Here we go. You do the sequence now on your own, left side leading. Doing rhythm with your breath. All right, hold it there. Okay, from here then, let's just gently close our eyes, focus back on breathing technique as we did in the beginning. Rise and fall diaphragm, deep abdominal breathing. We've got 3 sections of the breath. Our first section is the heart. The second section is the ribs coming out to the side. And the third section is into the abdomen. From here, we'll breathe into those 3 different sections. So as inhale, the diaphragm raises, and we'll breathe into our chest, our ribs, our tummy. Exhale and relax. And again. As you're inhaling into 3 sections, exhaling into 3 parts as well. Allow the body to relax. Go to natural breathing, and we'll move into relaxation. Make adjustments to your posture if you wish to feel comfortable. Our practice this morning is called Stop and Smell the Roses. We're going to set our intention to quieten the mind and allow the concentration to fully be on the practice. Our sense of smell can be incredibly powerful connection to the mind. And when we smell something, a signal is sent directly into the neocortex and limbic system, and it can make it a powerful trigger for inducing memories, emotions, and thoughts. Anytime you do a practice of meditation with myself, The images that come to your mind are to be joyous ones, happy ones. We have the control of the visions that present in our mind's eye. I'd like you to imagine yourself seated somewhere where it brings you a great sense of joy. It can be anywhere, inside, outside, a destination that you may have visited, any place. And I'd like you to ground yourself in the present, where you are in your mind's eye. And wherever you are, I'd like you to focus mindfully to the external world of all around you. Think about the senses, what you see, what you hear. Maybe there is an aroma. What's your taste? Stay in tune with all that around you. And now draw to mind in something in that vision that has a scent. And I'd like you to just pause and imagine you smelling the scent. It may be a flower, a herb, a plant, or the smell of the earth after the rain. As you're smelling, close the eyes even further. Allow the eyelids to become heavier. And bring your full awareness to the aroma. Immerse yourself in the experience by making the sense of smell the sole focus of your attention. Just notice how it makes you feel. This practice is different in contrast to working with other senses, because we have to intentionally smell rather than just observe. Remember this practice throughout the day, whether we're having a drink of tea or coffee, venturing outside, or even around the home. tune into the senses of smell and notice the reactions to these. They can be positive or negative. But the practice is about noticing. Very slowly, come back to the present and the now. Wiggle fingers, wiggle thumbs. Draw the arms down beside the body. Allow the chin to rest upon the chest, getting that stretch down through the neck and the back. And as we inhale, reach the arms up. Reach right, left, right, left, right, left. And then bring the hands into the heart center. And with a loving heart, we give thanks to each other for sharing the practice this morning. And I wish you namaste.